Alright, so this video is going to talk about the last two centers of a 5x5 solve. This video goes out to Alex, who suggested it. If you have any questions or need help with anything, just go ahead and leave a comment down below. I answer them all the time, so just check it out. So what I would do first is, what you want to do is build a middle bar. And how you do that is, usually I would hold the one I'm solving for in the front. So what I would do is bring this one down, because all you care about is really this one right here. You'd move it over so that these pieces you don't care about, and then those get moved up. So then that makes this bar. So then what you need to try and figure out is these other side bars. And you want to do these one at a time. Like in this case, it's really, really common for them to group up in these little clumps. So what you can do is, like on the right side, since this corner piece is right here, I can just move this up like that. Pair them up into that group, move it over, and then move it down. So I'll show that again. So I moved, so this corner is going to be right here, so when I bring it up, it's going to go to there. So I need to move this over, match them up, put them in, and then bring them down. So then the last one, and there's a bunch of different cases you could get, and for this particular case it's kind of easy, because all you have to do is you move the middle layer up, do a U2, and then move the middle layer down, and that just matches it up. So what you can do is you bring this one, do a U2, and then bring them back down, and that solved the last two centers. Basically for any last two center case, I would play around with like doing this and like moving it over, like doing R and then U2 or U, or just play around. I guarantee you'll figure out like 90% of the cases that way. So I'll run through some more cases you could run into and some more tricks you could do. So in this situation, I'm solving for the red, so I already have a bar, but I see this little line is right here. A little trick you can do is, you see this one red, you line it up with that line, you bring it down, do a U, and then you bring back up, and it'll solve the bar and preserve this line right here. So again, it looks like this. So then I just bring it down, move it over, and then move it up. So then you'd get a case like this, which you couldn't bring it up anywhere. It just wouldn't match it up. So for this case, what you could do is you put the reds here, kick them out of place, do a U prime to move it over there, move it down. So then now you can just do an R and match up that bar, and then scoot it over and bring it back. This is another case you could run into. So you have this solved, and so these pieces are arranged like this. So if I was to move the right up, I could move this entire layer without interrupting anything. So what I could do is I can move this one up, move this spot over, so then when I bring it back down, it will line up that bar, and you can just insert it. Another case you could run into is this. This is probably one of the more trickier ones. but just to show this one, if you run into this, you put the reds here, move it up, insert this corner right here, so then now you move it over, match it up, and then bring it down. So then again, like this. I won't get to show all the cases, but I strongly recommend to just play around with everything and try and figure the last two centered cases out yourself.